All right, guys.
Hey y'all! Welcome back to Responsible Homegirl. And today, we're back with another video. And
it's Vlogmas. I like your shirt. You in the Christmas spirit. I'm not really in the Christmas spirit, but I love this shirt. Shout out to who she thinks she is. I love this brand. One thing they always say is wear with confidence. And I feel like I'm a girly with confidence, and more girlies need confidence. Do you have confidence? What's confidence?
When you believe in yourself.
And that's on period. When you believe in yourself. When you know you that girl, you know you that girl. Thanks for that amazing intro.
Bye.
Hey y'all, welcome back to the Responsible Homegirl YouTube channel. We are back with another Vlogmas. Y'all, I'm not gonna hold you. I'm a little disappointed. The reason why, and I'm gonna come up closer for this. The reason why I'm a little disappointed is because y'all, I done missed 3 days of Vlogmas. 3 days of Vlogmas, but I think that this is gonna go perfect with our message that we have today. Y'all, give me 1 second. I need to switch this set. I don't like it. This goes perfect with the message today. I'm gonna be right back. All right, we're back. I'm still not crazy about this set, but we're gonna figure it out for next time. This past weekend, I completely redid my whole entire room. Sometimes I get in those modes where I just want everything new. I want everything fresh. So cleaned up my room, rearranged in my room. Last time I did one of these videos, the sticky note wall was on the opposite wall. It wasn't in this little corner. Now I have I moved my whole desk, everything to this corner. So I got a lot of things to figure out. Today, I want to talk about not discounting parts of your process, not being discouraged with where you are versus where you want to be, and how to keep the momentum when life gets hard, when life gets tough. So what even inspired this video is, like I said, this past weekend, I was in my room getting different things together, switching around, cleaning up, all that good stuff. And I found this. Well, I found 2 things. I'm going to tell you the first thing I started off with. So this is the first thing that I found. And when I found it, I was like, oh my God. It was crazy to me because not that I don't know how my last planner looked. I had seen it on my phone. I was going through old pictures, old videos, and all that stuff. But to literally have it in the flesh and see the distinct difference between this and the new planner, I was like, wow. You cannot discount your process. You cannot discount where you start. You cannot discount anything that you have gone through in life because it can all be used. I'll reflect back on the journey of when I first started this planner, and I was so proud and I was so happy, and I'm still proud and still happy. But the craziest thing is, during that time, I was afraid. I was so scared that nobody were going to purchase the planners. I was afraid that the planners weren't really going to sell, that it really wasn't going to help anybody's life. And when I put them out and I got all of the feedback and support, I'm like, girl, you scared for what? One of my favorite mantras that I live by, and I made up myself. So if you take it, you can take it, but put Kiani, the responsible homegirl. One of my life models that I live by is take the risk and enjoy the ride. And I feel like that embodies what I've been doing my entire life. It's taking risks and enjoying the ride. And I'm not saying while I'm on the ride, sometimes I don't be crying. Sometimes I don't be complaining. Sometimes I don't be like, Lord, why? But when it's all said and done, what I'm standing on is I'm going to take this risk and I'm going to enjoy the ride, because I already know your perspective is what matters. So I just want to start off with that. Don't discount. I want you to take a moment and reflect on some of the things that you've been through in your life and really think about how God has brought you all the way through. Even when you wasn't rocking with him, even when you might not still be rocking with him, even when you wanted to give up and you just didn't know how you was going to make it from point A to point B, but you did. It's all a part of your journey. It's all a part of your process. And you can't discount it because it makes us who we are. it teaches us along the way. It challenges us to go into territory that we may not otherwise go into because we're too scared or because we're hesitant to go into the unknown. There are so many things that can stop us from taking a risk, from doing something that we wouldn't normally do. But I just want you to sit down and reflect on that. Now, the next thing that I want you to see that I found was this. Can you see? I hope you can see. So this is some computer paper that I wrote on because I knew I was going to bring the planners back, but I needed a plan. I needed an outline. So before I got on Canva and I started doing stuff, designing stuff, I'm like, no, let me take out a blank sheet of paper. And I want y'all to tell me the similarities between this and this. I pray you can see. The similarity is, girl, stop wasting your money. Now, it's a couple of things on this planner because I had different names that I was going back and forth with, but I stopped on, or I gravitated towards girl, stop wasting your money because of the post I had shared on Facebook and it did numbers. So I'm like, okay, I'm going to go in on girl, stop wasting your money, and that's just that. But when I found this, I was like, oh, I gotta keep this because this is a part of the story. This goes back to the message of don't discount where you are right now. You gotta start somewhere. And that's the whole purpose of this message. Start. I don't care what it is. Whether that's saving money, paying off debt, starting a business, whatever it is, you gotta start. And it don't matter how this look because this is not cute. It's nothing cute about this. But it was my starting point that led to this. And sometimes we need something tangible, something physical that we can see, we can hold, we can touch, we can smell. But don't get bogged down in stuff that don't matter. Start with what you have. The new year is right around the corner. And we make these big, audacious goals and plans. I hope you're making big, audacious goals and plans. And somewhere along the journey, something happens and we get knocked off, we get discouraged, we get disappointed, and then we go back into doing the same old things that have yielded the same old results time and time and time and time and time again. We go back to what's comfortable. We go back to our habits instead of saying, no, I'm going to push past this resistance and I'm going to do it different. And in today's video, I just want to encourage you to push past the resistance, push past what's hard. You can do hard things, even though it may be frustrating, even though you may feel like, dang, I don't see the light at the end of the tunnel. You might not need to see it. You might need to take some more steps and then you'll see the light. Do not let where you are right now dictate where you will be, where you're going to go. Like, I don't know. I just can't shake the don't be discouraged by where you are right now. Don't discount where you are right now. I can't shake it. And I don't have much more to say, but I feel like somebody desperately needs to hear that. And it's not just about stuff. It's not just about money. It's about every single part of your life. And when you come up and you feel like I'm at this obstacle, and I put obstacle in quotes, I've said this before. Obstacles are not obstacles for real. Obstacles are opportunities for you to dig. Dig deep and ask yourself questions. Why is this a challenge for me? Why am I wanting to give up and stop right now? Why am I afraid? Why am I doubting myself? Why am I procrastinating on this? Why? When I started asking myself why, I finally started understanding like who Kiani was for real. Not the things that we tell ourselves or what we believe that other people say about us. You know, like the good stuff that make us feel good and look good. But I want you to start being real with yourself. Start being honest with yourself. Ask yourself why. Ask yourself the hard questions and do the hard stuff to get where you want to be. I was literally drafting up an email earlier and I was talking about how, like the subject of the email was, is giving the rich homegirl. And I had this picture of Beyonce and Jay. They like toasting on the yacht. And I'm like, yeah, it's giving the rich homegirl. But the wealth that you want, the lifestyle that you desire, is not going to fall into your lap. I strongly believe that God has an abundant life for us all. He promised it to us. He cannot lie. But are we positioning ourselves to receive what he has for us? And I believe the way that you position yourself is by 3 P's: prayer, planning and preparing, and then patiently waiting. And in the email, I talk about like those 3 things in detail. And each one of them is so important. So important. Prayer. I was reading Pastor Michael Todd's book, Crazy Faith, probably about a year ago. And in that book, he says, the language of the dependent is prayer. And it was so crazy, like a while ago when I read the book last year, that stuck out to me. But I didn't really know how to depend on God for real, for real. If I'm being honest, I did not know how to depend on God. It wasn't until this year where I was intentional and I was like, oh, I don't depend on God. I really believe I got this. And parts of me, because of that confidence and what God has blessed me with, parts of me believe that I got this. But the reality is, without God, I don't. So I really want you to start developing a prayer life. Like, you want to pray and ask God to lead you, to guide you, to expose things about you that are not like him, things that don't please him, so that you can position yourself for all that he has for you. The second thing, planning and preparing. There are things you can do. Cue Amy and Tammy.
There's stuff you can do.
I'm not saying
You just
that.
don't want to do it.
Amy knocked out the part when she said, there's stuff you can do, because it is. There is stuff that you can do. One of my favorite scriptures, and if you know, you know, because I've been saying it for the longest, is Proverbs 21:5. Good planning and hard work lead to prosperity, but hasty shortcuts lead to poverty. There is no shortcut to what it is that you desire, what God has placed in your heart. There are no shortcuts. Good planning and hard work is going to get you there. So that second P, planning and preparation, what is your role in what it is that you're trying to get to? In my section of the internet, I am talking to responsible homegirls and responsible homegirls in training. We're not blaming other people. We're not blaming the economy. We're not blaming our family. We're not blaming how we grew up. We're not blaming nobody for where we are financially. That literally makes no sense. None. Now, to say that those things didn't play a factor and contribute to where we are financially, for sure. Because how we grew up, our environment, the economy, our jobs, where we went to school, all of that stuff plays a role in it. But at the end of the day, you are responsible, my responsible homegirl. And I want to empower you and encourage you to know that there are things that you can do about it. So you got to think about, what is my role? What responsibility do I have in getting to where I want to be? If that's saving money, okay, let me create this budget so I can actually see how much money I need to be saving to reach my goal. Okay, if I want to pay down this debt, what debt do I even owe? What are the interest rates on these debts? When do I want to have this debt paid off? How can I pay it off? Am I going to get another job? Am I going to ask for a raise? Am I going to cut some things back and just use that money and reallocate it? What is your role and your responsibility in attacking your financial priorities? I've come to a place where I'm trying to change my language, and I don't want to say financial goals. I want to say financial priorities, because that's saying people have money for what they want to have money for is so true. And we prioritize so many things above where we want to actually be. And I think I've said this before in a prior video. You go in the store, you see a shirt that you want, but at the same time, you are working to purchase a house. Yes, you can get both, but in that moment, we're not counting the cost of our decisions. We're saying, I want that shirt. And that same $30, $40, $50 shirt could be money towards saving for that house. So what are you prioritizing? Today, I literally shared on Facebook, we got to start being proactive and plan with our money, instead of being reactive and asking, where did my money go? The quickest way to waste your money is to not have a budget. Point blank, period. And then the last thing, the last P to position yourself is patiently waiting. Patiently waiting. Because through that time of being patient, through that time of waiting, God is doing something in you and through you, developing you into the person that He always created you to be. You're learning, you're growing, you're getting exposed to new sides of yourself, things that you want to work on. Like, you got to patiently wait. And it goes back to what I've been saying at the beginning of this video. Do not discount where you are. Your perspective is everything. How you look at where you are right now is everything. The lessons that you will learn or you won't learn is going to be based off of your perspective. And whether or not you discount this season or that you actually take it for what it is and say, I'm not leaving this I'm not leaving this season empty-handed. I'm not leaving this season empty-handed. My outcome may not look like what I think it should look like, but I know that there is something that God has for me here. Because if He didn't have nothing for me here, I wouldn't be here. And that's the perspective that you have to have. I'm telling y'all, it is a game changer. And heading into the holidays, heading into the new year, where it's the time for you to reflect and think about what you did or did not accomplish and where you want to be and all of this stuff. It's so easy to be hard on yourself, to beat yourself down. But I'm here to tell you, there are things you can do, but don't be discouraged by where you are, and don't discount where you are right now. So yeah, those are 3 P's to position yourself to be the rich homegirl. And not just money, but internally. Prayer, planning and preparing, and patiently waiting. Do not discount where you are. I'm going to say it again. So with that said, in the beginning of this video, I talked about how I done missed 3 days of Vlogmas. I'm not going to be discouraged about it. I'm not going to be discouraged about it. I'm going to be a better planner. I'm going to prepare better. I'm going to take my own advice, because me growing into this woman of wanting to be a woman of my word and standing on that, if I say I'm participating in Vlogmas and I'm uploading a video every single day until Christmas, I can't just wake up on the day of and record the video, edit the video. Like, I can do that, but how sustainable is that? So the same way I created the Responsible Homegirl to be financially responsible, or to help people become financially responsible and wealth conscious, the same thing. You don't be responsible and conscious about something without sitting down, thinking, planning, preparing for it. So in the midst of me teaching y'all all of this stuff and sharing parts of my journey with you, I'm learning. I'm growing. I have to be real with myself and say, Key, you didn't plan for it. So that's why you didn't post a video. Bump the excuses. Nobody cares. Nobody cares. Nobody cares. Your friend's not going to tell you that, but the Responsible Homegirl will. Bump the excuses. In 2024, I want you to go after every single thing that God has placed on your heart. I want you to be in position to receive. And I want you to have enough sense to be real with yourself. Because oftentimes we look at other people and we're trying to blame other people. We don't want to take responsibility when a lot of the things in our lives is us. And it's not external stuff, it's internal stuff that we haven't mastered yet. The Budgetista always says this thing. She says, our success is internal mastery. And I consistently remind myself of that. Our success is internal mastery. What do you have going on inside? I know when I'm frustrated, anxious, sad, I got a lot going on, my room gonna look a hot mess. My room is an exact representation of what I got going on internally. But it's like, why are you even going through that internally? When you can talk to God about it, when you can literally give Him your cares, when He gives you peace that surpasses all understanding. So, I'm gonna get off my soapbox. I hope this video was helpful for you. This has probably been one of my favorite videos. It hasn't been planned, but I was just thinking about it, and I said, you know what? That's what tonight's Vlogmas is going to be about. I have my planner here that I showed y'all in the beginning. Make sure you get on the wait list for these planners. Pre-orders are dropping soon. Pre-orders are dropping soon. Yeah, I'm so excited. We are going through mass production right now. As I get pictures and videos, I'll be sure to share them with you all. I'm super excited. One last thing that I didn't mention is New Year, New Money Habits. In the midst of everything that I have shared in this entire video, I want you to be in my class, New Year, New Money Habits. It is the last Money Master class of 2023. And I believe by you being in this class, you will gain momentum. You will get started before January 1st to make 2024 your year of financial responsibility. When I say plan and prepare for where it is that you want to be financially, that's the part that I'm helping you out with. Planning, preparing. How do we get exposed to where we are right now, where we want to go? How do we execute so we're not always here? And then 3, how do we be consistent? How do we keep this up? The work doesn't just stop after New Year, New Money Habits. No, we have to be consistent. We have to build better habits. We have to be surrounded around people who are going to hold us accountable, who are going to encourage us to be disciplined, and who are going to support us along the way. So please make sure you click the link in the description box, register for New Year, New Money Habits. The course is only $20, or the class is only $20. I was very intentional with that because I don't want money to be an excuse as to why you can't start off the new year with a plan. So the design of the class was intentional. The date of the class was intentional. The cost of the class was intentional. And I know every single person that is going to be in the class, it will be intentional. So I can't wait to see y'all. And best believe you'll see me tomorrow for another Vlogmas video. I want to say at this point, we are on day, I don't know, because I got off track and I'm still a little sad about it. But I'm going to just take responsibility and accountability for my poor planning. See y'all tomorrow for Vlogmas. No, Kiana, do not be discouraged by where you are. See y'all tomorrow for Vlogmas. Thank y'all so much for rocking with me. And always remember, with exposure, execution, and consistency, there is absolutely nothing you can't do. Have an amazing night. Ooh. Oh, okay. Bye, y'all.